I'm Anthony Forrest, the president of Steel Cod, and I'm here with John Beresford, our VP of Sales, ready to discuss all things appliances. All right, John, it's another Versus episode. We love these, but this one's a little unique where we're Versus within the same family. This is a little family civil war here that's happening for Speed Queen. You know, Speed Queen is a very popular laundry brand. I don't know if you've ever heard of it before, but it was our #1 episode for quite a while. Our Speed Queen episodes is really
Too
interesting.
long.
We're getting too long. So this one, we're staying within the brand family, and this is gonna ruffle some feathers. This is the TC5 versus the TR7. Now, this is an interesting versus because we're talking both have agitators, come from the same company, both claim strong durability, which is a valid claim. So why is this a thing? Like, this shouldn't even be a thing, but it is. It's a thing on the internet. It's a thing in the showroom, but it gives us something to talk about. What are your thoughts here?
Yeah, like you said, I mean, listen, both machines are extremely durable. Obviously, they're from the same company, right? Both machines come from commercial heritage, which means that they're both almost built with a very different mindset than the rest of the residential washers that are out there, right? And listen, if we did this Speed Queen versus LG or Speed Queen versus Samsung or Speed Queen versus another brand that's out there, it would be a runaway, right? I mean, it's just in terms of search and all of these types of things, like there's just this wild cult following around Speed Queen and what they do. So I thought pitting the 5 against the 7 was actually a really cool idea. So listen, you know, Speed Queen didn't start as a lifestyle appliance company like all those other guys did, right? They started in the commercial laundry world where machines are expected to run constantly and take abuse and just keep operating for years in laundromats and these, institutional environments, right? And that DNA actually shows up still in both of these machines, in the TC5 and the TR7. So both machines are far more robust than most residential washers that are on the market. But these two machines are not equal machines by any means, right? And that's where I think the conversation can get confusing. One represents more legacy washing philosophy, I guess is the best way to frame it out. And the other one represents more modern wash engineering. And the internet, keeps framing this debate as about, agitators and all this kind of stuff, but it's really not really about that, right? Both machines use an agitator. The difference is really how the agitation is engineered. And that's really the big thing that we're probably going to dissect today.
Yeah, for sure. And we're going to get into that right now. But what's interesting about the comparison of the machines is it's not one thing versus like lots of step ups in laundry. It's one thing changed, one thing got
Yeah.
updated. But there's like several things that actually has enough of an effect that it can clarify the purchase for your customer pretty easily.
Yeah.
So let's get into it. So let's start with agitators. What's the difference?
Yeah. And this is exactly where the internet, I think, kind of starts to stray, right? And they get the story a little bit wrong. So people talk about the TR7 as if Speed Queen kind of got rid of the agitator almost, when they clearly has one. And, or really at least they kind of soften the machine to make it more like other washers, right? That's kind of the reputation that it has out there on the internet. And that's not what happened at all. I mean, the TR7 obviously still uses an agitator. And what Speed Queen did was really redesign the wash action around the agitator. So the real comparison isn't like, good agitator versus bad agitator or anything like that. The real comparison is really brute force agitation versus, I guess, engineered agitation is the best way to describe it, right? The TC5 represents a very traditional approach to washing, right? Heavy mechanical action and strong turnover and really aggressive agitation. And the TR7 represents more of a controlled wash environment, right? Where the machine is engineered to move clothes efficiently rather than just simply like attacking them with as much friction as possible. And I'm probably of a different mindset than other people where I say that both of these approaches still do clean clothes. You'll hear some people definitively say that one does and one doesn't. They both actually do clean clothes, but they come from very different philosophies about how cleaning actually happens. And where that split really exists is the TC5 follows a traditional washing philosophy. It uses very aggressive agitation patterns, right? The motion inside the drum is forceful. and the turnover is very, very strong, and the mechanical friction between the clothes is very, very high. And that philosophy comes from the older assumptions in laundry that the primary way that you remove soil is by physically scrubbing the clothes against itself, right? I mean, that was the old philosophy. And that's why TC5 looks so dramatic when it's running. Like if you open the lid and watch how these things wash, you see the clothes being tossed around super aggressively and constantly moving and constantly rubbing up against each other. And the TR7 approaches the problem much, much differently. It still uses an agitator, but the agitation pattern is far more controlled, like we talked about. So instead of relying on brute mechanical force, the motion is engineered to move clothing efficiently through the water while allowing the detergent chemistry to do most of the cleaning work, right? And we hear that a lot in front load laundries and just even the newer top load, more efficient laundries that are out there. So it's adopted that new strategy. So the TR7 is designed to clean clothes while being more forgiving on all fabric types. And the difference reflects really on just how laundry science has evolved as a whole, right? Cleaning isn't just about friction anymore. It's about balancing motion with chemistry and control, especially in top loaders. And the TR7 reflects that more modern understanding.
So let's get into that a little further because this is where everything we talk about comes down to qualifying. When you talk about the customer and you're asking what they wash, what they wear, what they wash, what's the point of their household and that stuff, this is where this really matters because, like you said, the wash philosophies are very different. The action's going to be very
Mhm.
different. So the results are going to be very different. So unless they're washing towels over and over and nothing else, there's some things that matter here. So let's get into that. Like what sorts of questions you to be asking or finding out from the customer that they need to know this is what's happening to their clothes.
Yeah, it's a good question. I mean, I think the best way to describe it and the way so I'll say the tack that I took with explaining this to customers, right? Because a customer would come in with that cult following, I want a Speed Queen. Okay, well, which Speed Queen do you want? They didn't even know there was multiple stories, right? So I would always go through the very first thing that I would talk about was like the mechanical architecture of the machine. It's not enough to say this one is like you can't sidestep the conversation and take the easy way out and say this is the way that the old machines used to do it, and this is the way that the new machines do it. Because if you have a Speed Queen customer that comes in and you explain it that way, they're pointing to the TC5 every time. They don't even want to hear the story about the TR7, and you might be setting them up for failure, right? So I would always talk about the mechanical architecture. Well, what the hell does that mean, John? Okay, we'll talk about it right now, right? The TC5 uses a traditional transmission driven architecture. Okay. It's very straightforward, right? It's a very, very straightforward mechanical system. The agitation pattern is very fixed. That's an easy way to describe it, right? The behavior of the machine is largely determined by the mechanical design of the actual transmission itself, right? And that's why people like it because it feels super simple. There's not a lot that's going on, right? It feels mechanical. It feels very familiar, like that old approach. The TR7 takes a much different approach, right? Speed Queen redesigned the wash system. The machine uses internal engineering and improved structural components and calibrated electronic controls now, just like all the other machines that are out there, to manage how the wash motion actually behaves. Now, you know, this is where the mythology around like that TC5 really gets pretty interesting, right? Because many people assume the TC5 just means that it's better built, right? It's a better built machine simply because it looks and feels more mechanical like the old ones did. But from an engineering standpoint, the TR7 is significantly more advanced, right? It's a much more advanced platform. I mean, Speed Queen didn't downgrade their washer, right? They improved the system. They move from a purely mechanical behavior that's transmission driven to a controlled wash engineering environment, which we need to do. I mean, when you think about what's happening inside these clothes and the types of clothes that they're putting in there, this is just, the evolution of the category.
For sure, and we're definitely seeing that across other brands too, and it's interesting the approach that Speed Queen has taken in this. So let's kind of put this a little bit together in the points that you've made here. Which one would you say cleans better?
cleans better. Okay, so let's talk about what happens to the clothes inside there then, and then that'll probably be the best way to answer your question, right? This is where the difference becomes more important, because older washers, like the TC5, let's say, we'll use that comparison, were designed during a time when clothing was very different, like we just alluded to, right? It was always heavy cottons and denim and workwear, right? I mean, think all these fabrics that could tolerate aggressive mechanical action. Well, modern wardrobes are completely different, right? We're washing synthetics and stretch fabrics and athletic stuff and blended fibers, all these things. So those materials behave very differently under this mechanical stress. So aggressive agitation doesn't just move those fabrics around, it actually wears them down faster, right? Stretch fibers are going to lose their elasticity. Performance fabrics are going to degrade, and these blends are going to begin to pill and break down in the washing machine. You're used to seeing that and hearing that story with the dryer, but it'll actually happen in the washing machine too if it's too aggressive. So the TR7 is designed to clean effectively while reducing fabric stress, right? And TC5 treats this modern clothing like it was, washing your grandfather's overalls 50 years ago. That's not necessarily catastrophic in a sense, I guess, but it does reflect an older design philosophy, right? So it depends on listen, if you're still washing laundry from the 1950s, great, go grab a TC5, right? But the vast majority of at least have some of this, new fabrics that we need to take care of, right? And where the TC5 is relying largely on mechanical fixed behavior, it's this, the machine, you have to understand it is just, it's running through predetermined patterns, right? The agitation behavior is consistent no matter what you give it, right? The system isn't actively adjusting to the wash environment. So, that's just how traditional washers work.
So, it sounds to me like, there's a very clear difference between the two. There's enough overlap in terms of durability and the quality of the machines that, you're not going to have the TC5 isn't going to let you down as a result of buying that machine. But from the salesperson standpoint, you're not allowed to have this is the machine, this is your go-to machine. You got to find out what the customer needs, what they're washing, what they're wearing, and that will help determine which machine they go into when they say, I'm here for a Speed Queen, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Let's because we always give you an answer at the end of the day, right? The TR7 is fundamentally a better machine, and it's not slightly, it's significantly, right? The TC5 is out there because it still represents that legacy washing system that people are appealed to. But if somebody comes in for that TC5 story and you're not telling them about TR7, you're really doing that customer a disservice at that point,
For sure.
right? Because you're still getting the Speed Queen story. You're getting an upgraded version of the of the Speed Queen story, and that's the part that customers are still confused about, right? So they're going to just kind of point to the thing that they know, right? That they're familiar with. That did what well, you're not washing those clothes anymore. You're washing your wardrobe, right? They're walking in with a shirt that's probably synthetic. Is that going into that machine, right? So you have to think about these things, right? When, it's, the industry keeps repeating kind of the old laundry story still today, right? And the conversation gets stuck in like, just this agitation mythology story, right? People still either don't want to adapt to or just completely misunderstand what detergent chemistry actually means to laundry today, right? They misunderstand how modern fabrics behave in modern washing chemistry and all of this kind of stuff, right? It's just, we need to use chemistry with controlled motion. That is what laundry is about now. It's not about brute force anymore. And when you understand that, the TR7's design starts to make a hell of a lot more sense for everybody that comes in asking for a Speed Queen. That should be where it should be going. And I'm not saying don't stay away from Speed Queen. Sell them all the time, but sell the TR7, right? Give that story a chance to win over that customer, because it should in pretty much every circumstance.
We drop a new episode every day of the week, including weekends. Don't forget to rate and subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts.